it's me, Scooter. I hope everybody had a great first week for all the parents who sent their kids back to school. And I wanted to do, since this is the first the first semi-full week of kids going back to school, I wanted to do a little video. It's kind of like my most embarrassing moments, school edition. I think I went to 6 or 7 different schools because I moved from here in Virginia to DC a lot. So I went to a few different schools. But, I wanted to talk about some of the things. Ooh, I don't know why I'm sweating. It's hot, y'all. I wanted to talk about a few different things that happened to me while I was in school. They were kind of embarrassing, but now that I'm older, I look back at it and laugh. But it was kind of funny. So in grade school, what was it? Oh, my teacher that I had, I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade. I think it's either 3rd or 4th grade. Yeah. And my teacher wrote something real mean and nasty on my paper, and I took it home, and I was crying to my mom, and my mom called up to school, and she couldn't reach the anybody. She just kept going to voicemail. So she, left a bunch of, messages on there that she was coming up to school and everything. And at the time, my godmother was living with me, and my mom showed my godmother the paper. And oh my goodness, the wrong person to show the paper to. So the next morning, instead of me going on the bus, my mom, my grandmother, and my godmother took me to school. And the principal had gotten my mom's messages, and they were supposed to have a meeting or something with my teacher, about the paper and everything like that. And my mom got to the school before they could have a meeting with my teacher. So my mom goes through the front door, and my godmother goes through the back door of the school. Because apparently one of the kids told my mom that my teacher was trying to leave the school. They overheard her saying she was leaving the school before, the parents got there. So they go through the back, and my mom goes through the front, and my grandmother goes through the front, and they meet the principal at the front, and he's trying to say, please wait a minute and let me speak, let us have a conference with the teacher. We showed them the paper. At the time, my mom and godmother were not trying to hear the principal. So they caught her on the stairwell and, got into some arguments and stuff. But she got fired. I thought it was hilarious. At first I was upset because what she wrote on the paper. I don't even remember what she wrote. I know it was bad enough for my mother and my godmother to want to go ape crazy on her. So that's grade school. I don't think really, not too much happened to me in grade school. I didn't really deal with too much in grade school. Now middle school, okay, it was like 1 or 2 things I can remember in middle school. Yeah, okay. First thing was, I had a friend, and we were sitting at the lunch table, we were talking or whatever, and at the time we had those rubber band things or whatever, and I playing with the rubber band things and wasn't thinking, and I popped her dead in the eye with the rubber band thing. She had glasses on, so it didn't do too much, but it did enough to hurt her. And I was embarrassed because it was in front of the entire cafeteria. I was embarrassed. I was apologizing like you don't know what. I know I got detention, but I was apologizing and apologizing. So again, I apologize, Brittany. Now, what else happened? Middle school, I got teased a lot, but not really too much because I had a lot of boobs in middle school. So it was mainly the boys talking about my chest area, but not really too much teasing. I don't really think it was that much teasing in middle school. I don't even remember. I'm getting old, y'all. Yeah, that was it in middle school. I got a couple for high school. Okay, so I attended Phoebus High School here in Virginia, and the first thing I remember in high school is there was this guy. He was saying some things to me. I don't remember what they were, and I trucked him like a football player in the middle of the cafeteria area. Like I just bulldozed my body into his in the middle of the cafeteria area. it was embarrassing because I don't know where my mind was at the time. I really don't. I really don't know where my mind was at the time. But yeah, that was embarrassing to me. Everybody else thought it was funny, but it was embarrassing. Let's see. What else happened? I fell down. Thank God this wasn't during any time nobody was in the hallway, but there's the staircase. I was doing good, and I don't know what I was doing, but I slipped, and I think I fell about 60% of the way down the steps. And nobody was in the hallway except for Coach Black and one of the cafeteria ladies and one of the secretaries was in the hallway area, and they saw me just come down them steps. So that was, thank God no students were there, and it wasn't lunchtime because I would have been highly embarrassed. And what else? Oh, I thought I would be cute and wear heels to school. This is the first time I ever blew my knee out. Okay, so I wore these black heels to school, and I had these black pants. I thought I was cute, whatever. It was a Friday. So I'm standing in the front area of the school at Phoebus, and I see one of my friends, and I hadn't seen her in a while. So I run up to her, and I jump up, and I hug her, but when I come down the wrong way, and my knee gave out. Like, it completely popped out. And I played it off because I didn't want anybody to know that I just busted my knee out. So I played it off, and I moved over to the little benches, and I sat down, and I got on my cell phone, and I called one of my neighbors to come get me and take me to the hospital. And then she had to call my uncle and my father, and, you know, they came up to the hospital. But I played it off, though. I thought I was being cute, but I played it off. And let's see what else. Jeez. Dunbar in Washington, D.C. I think there was only two. Okay, at Dunbar in D.C., they have escalators in the high school. And I don't know who I was messing with or who I was playing around with or whatever, but I was playing and I threw something and they came after me and I went flying down the escalator. Now, some of them work, some of them don't, but at this point, this one escalator actually was working. And I just went completely down on my butt and just rode it the rest of the way down. It wasn't fun. And then my first time in the school for the cafeteria, I didn't know where the hell I was going because there were ramps and escalators and stairs and whatever. I didn't know where I was going. So I went to the cafeteria, and I guess that school didn't know nothing about putting signs up when there were wet floors or whatever. And I slipped and slid my butt right into the counter of the lunch little line. And I slid right into that bad boy and busted my head. Thank God I wasn't bleeding or anything, but that was highly embarrassing. And then what else happened? Oh wow. There's a lot for Dunbar. I know I snuck out of the school a couple of times down the fire escape thing, and I've fallen off that many of times. I have really busted my butt. I busted my butt on ice when it was snowing, because DC, Virginia, you get 1 inch of snow and you out of school for 4 or 5 days. DC, it'll take a good amount of snow to shut DC down. So I know I busted my butt a couple of times on the ice when it was snowing. But I really didn't have too many embarrassing moments. I mean, I know I was bullied a little bit, but I mean, I had more embarrassing moments in my neighborhood than I did in school, because about 70% of my neighborhood was my school, so everybody knew everybody, so it wasn't really, it was one of the things. But you guys, let me know what your most embarrassing moments, whether it be elementary, middle, high school, what your most embarrassing moments were, and leave them down in the comment box. And please remember to thumbs up this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Follow me on IG and Twitter at Scooter21, and I will talk to you guys later. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Smooches. Peace.